4:15 for the penultimate race on the card over 5 furlongs, the Dave Watson Memorial Handicap. This is number 1, Lexington Blitz, who was a good second last time out. He's fresh and well.
He certainly is very fresh, very well in himself. He's on his toes, he's been bucking, he looks really well in his coat, he looks up for it today. Then first time cheap pieces certainly seem to have sharpened him up anyway. So yeah, he's the real pick of the paddock so far. Been nudged up for that defeat at Musselburgh last time out. He ran well as well. He was second in the 3-year-old Epsom Dash, a real speedster.
Number 5 follows. That is Hover on the Wind for Paul Midgley and Harry Russell. He's edging down the weights now. On earlier season form, he'd have a chance.
Yeah, he's a pound below his last winning mark. He won at Beverley off a mark of 72. He's off 71 today. He still probably just needs to show a little bit more than what he's been showing, though, on his last couple of runs. He looks well in himself. He's beautifully turned out, and his coat looks great in the sun.
2 is Hurt You Never, who was below form at Haydock last time out, but went into that in really good form. Now, he had been running in some fairly small field races, and they perhaps weren't the most competitive.
No, he's been a really good horse for Adrian Nichols. He's won 4 this year. He's £10 higher than when he won with Jack on board him at Nottingham. He followed up at Hamilton, been well beaten off his career high mark, as you said, at Haydock last time out. He's pretty versatile as regards to tactics. He can come from the back, or he can be ridden quite prominently, but he's going to need to put that disappointing run behind him. Number
3 is Rosenpaw, who's had a good season already. He's just getting a little warm.
Yeah, wears the hood. He's quite an anxious type. He wears a ring bit. He's also got the cross noseband on as well. When he first came into the prelims, he was actually quite nice and relaxed, but he's got worse as the time's gone on. He's got sweaty now on his neck and underneath his saddlecloth, but he's been thriving this season. He's won at Chester, he's won at Wolverhampton. It was a career best on his penultimate start at Chester. Got the run of the race that day, loads of pace on in this race today, but he does seem to like a nice sharp track, and I don't think Windsor really was to suit him last time out.
No, and he still didn't run badly. He's not really bred to be a sprinter, is he? He's by Paul and Wild, but his demeanour and...
It's his mental...
that's what makes him one. He actually has form over 7 furlongs, but he is a sprinter. Right, next horse we've now looking at is number 4, Desert Champion, another one for Paul Midgley, who just needs to bounce back, been out of sorts. Yeah, he won with the first time visors on in March. That was a mark of 75. He's off that again today because he's ran a few poor races since, so he's handicapped to go well, but he's going to have to improve on what he's been showing on his last few runs. But another one who looks well in the prelims, as do a lot of Paul Midgley's horses. He's really well turned out, and he looks good in his coat. Number 8 is Angelic Bugler for Tim Easterby and Joanne Fenceman. Now, a couple of pound out the weights here, but I wouldn't be surprised if she ran okay, actually.
Well, I just thought if there was plenty of pace on, which it looks like there might be if everyone's ridden the way they usually get ridden, she might be the one that might look to pick up some of the pieces. I thought she was looking like she would want to step up to 6 furlongs at some point, because she's ran well over that before. But she's a nice type, isn't she? There's a lot to like about her physically. She's not from 6, but I just thought she may well run well at a place.
Number 6 is Jojo Rabbit for Ruth Carr and Jimmy Sullivan. Won at Beverley a couple of starts ago, making all below that form last time.
Yeah, he's another one who has gone up the handicap and found himself, on a competitive mark, and he didn't quite follow up at Beverley last time out. He has got form on sharper tracks, so he should be fine here today. But he does need to prove that he can do it off this mark of 71.
And we'll finish with Paul Midgley's Glory Fighter under Mark Wynne.
I thought he was one of the trio of Paul's that probably looked just a bit better than the others in his coat. He's a 9-time winner. He did need a career low mark though to win a Class 6. So he's going to have to step up a little bit on what he's been showing. He has been holding his form well enough. He looks really good in himself. I mean, look at the quarter markers on him. He's super turned out, but he just has been running well, but without winning. So he's going to have to step up again.
And that's the runners ahead of our penultimate race.
9-4, Rosenper, from the opening mark there of 11-4. So pretty popular in the market. Lexington Blitz 7-2. Jojo Rabbit 11-2. 6-1, Angelic Bugler. Glory Fighter 7s and 9s. Hurt You Never. Hover in the Wind is also 9s. 100-1, Desert Champion. Rosenper, though, strong in the market here. 9-4.
So down at the start for this sprint handicap feature event of the afternoon. Rosenper has been well backed at the top of the market, and he's really had an extremely good season. He's gone right up the weight, so the question is now whether he's quite well enough handicapped. But he didn't run badly in quite a competitive racing league race when he was last seen, and the winner of that race, Rocking Ends, has gone on to defy a £7 rise in the weights the other day at Yarmouth.
Yeah, exactly. The form of that race has worked out well with the winner. He has been eased a pound for that. He's gone down to 81. When he won at Chester on his penultimate start, arguably possibly got the run of the race. He does like a nice tight turning track. He's won at Wolverhampton as well, so he clearly likes to go on a turn, but he has been a big improver this year without a doubt. He takes his racing so well. Like, he's barely, since January 2024, he's barely had any time off. You know, he's very, considering how warm he can get in the prelims, he actually takes his racing quite well. Yeah, he's one for the shortlist. Like, I think Windsor being a bit more of a straighter track possibly won't play into his strengths with him being a pace angle, and he's quite a nippy type. But I don't know if he's going to get an easy lead, or certainly not from looking at the pace from a lot of these horses. I don't think he's going to get an easy lead.
Lexington Blitz will be right up there. You really liked him, didn't you, beforehand?
Yeah, he's an absolute monster of a 3-year-old. Real kind of strong, burly type, just my kind of type. Feisty, but not overly naughty with it. You know, he was just kind of showing his wellness today. He's obviously come out of Musselburgh very well, and the cheap pieces hopefully will do the trick. Arguably, he's probably got a good bit of quality about him, hasn't he? When you look at him in the paddock, and I think when he ran well down at Epsom in the 3-year-old dash with Stormy Impact, that was a good run. He doesn't have to make the running though. I don't think he has to make it. Like, he could easily just kind of sit with them. I don't think he has to blitz off in front.
No, he's got some cheap pieces on for the first time. Hover on the Wind has finally gone in. It took a little bit of persuading to go forward. Jojo Rabbit has been in for a little while. He's just looking to bounce back after what was a disappointing run at Beverley. Yeah, I mean, he usually likes Beverley. He won there on his penultimate start. That was off a mark of 62. He ran off 72 last time out. They've dropped him a pound for that. I mean, he does seem to handle sharper tracks as well. He's quite a consistent horse, really. If he can put that run behind him at Beverley last time out, then yeah, he's definitely got a solid chance.
3 to go.
3 of them left to low forward. Angelic Bugler has just gone into stall 2. Glory Fighter will be next. Expecting this to be fairly fast and furious for our feature race. Let's get back to Darren.
Thanks, Chris. The complete outsider, Desert Champion, going in. So 5 furlongs in front of them, all in, and they're off. Bit of an awkward start there for Jojo Rabbit on the inside. This is the Dave Watson Memorial Handicap. Rosenper began alertly, being followed by Glory Fighter. Desert Champion is to the outside in the blue stripes. Just off the leaders is Hover on the Wind. Widest of all, Hurt You Never, has that big sheepskin noseband. Leaders are followed by Angelic Bugler. The back marker overall is Jojo Rabbit. They've gone 2 furlongs, and it's Rosenper, Glory Fighter, Desert Champion being chased by Angelic Bugler. Lexington Blitz, light blue colours halfway down the field. Hurt You Never is following, chased by Hover on the Wind and Jojo Rabbit. Inside the final quarter of a mile, and it is Rosenper and Glory Fighter, and Glory Fighter has a narrow lead over Rosenper. Here comes Lexington Blitz with a big run. Rail runner is Angelic Bugler. They're working their way inside the final furlong. It's Glory Fighter, Lexington Blitz over on the far side, Angelic Bugler, but Glory Fighter still finding plenty of a mark win in the run to the line. This goes to Glory Fighter. Glory Fighter the winner, Lexington Blitz second, and third is Rosenper.
Glory Fighter has taken the sprint handicap feature event on the card. Second win of the season, and like for the first one and indeed his recent runs, he's been ridden to success by Mark Wynne, and this goes down as his best effort for some time. He was well handicapped still on his old form, but at the age of 9 it looked like he was kind of on the downgrade. He'd been booted up a bit in the weights for that win at Nottingham earlier on in the year, but he was always in a good spot, and he's kept on pretty nicely.
Yeah, he gains his 10th career success. It's interesting. I thought Lexington Blitz took a little bit of a lead in the early stages. I thought he was going to come with a big run, but Glory Fighter had found himself into a really nice rhythm, hadn't he? And